Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting to order. We have the prayer and the pledge by Councilman Dustin Swear.
Bow our head and say the Lord's Prayer, please. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. On earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mayor Pro Tem Ricky Gonsalas.
Present.
Councilmember Brooke Marcotte. Here. Councilmember David Broussard.
Here.
Councilmember Dee Dee Johnson-Reed. Councilmember Marlon Lewis.
Here.
Councilmember Deidre Ledbetter. Here. Councilmember Dustin Swear.
Here.
Here we have a quorum.
Thank you. Item 1, we have no comment cards, so we'll be moving on to item 2, Madam Clerk.
Acceptance of the minutes, April 19th, 2022, as published April 29th, 2022.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Councilwoman Brooke Marcotte and a second by Mayor Pro Tem Ricky Gonsalas. Are there any comments about our minutes of April 19th? Hearing, seeing none. Please vote your machines. Thank y'all. Item 3A.
Persons to address the council. Armand Schwing to address the council and give brief presentation on workers' compensation dividends received by the city.
Good afternoon.
evening.
Thank you, Mayor and council members, for having me here this evening. It's been a couple years since I've been here, and I'm happy to be back. This kind of represents a little milestone, but before I get going, I'll introduce myself. I'm Armand Schwing. I am a resident of the city. I'm a business owner that's located in the city. My brother is my partner in that business. He lives in the city. All our employees live in the city. We're active in the community, and I'm telling y'all that because we have a great love for New Iberia, and we appreciate everything that you guys are doing. The mayor and the administration and this council does a great job here improving the quality of life for everyone who's a resident and who visits, and we thank you very much for that. That kind of goes along with what I'm here to talk about this evening. I'm here to tell you guys about a dividend you received recently from LWCC with your workers' compensation program. But before I do, I want to tell you about LWCC. They are a Louisiana-based insurance company in Baton Rouge. They insure Louisiana employers and their employees. I mean, they are a great story. They're a wonderful company who does a lot of good things for this state. Last year, they implemented a program called Louisiana Loyal, which basically allows them to use their standing and their influence across the state to make Louisiana a better place to live and work. And part of what their hope is when they have this dividend program is that it'll be used to improve the quality of life for the employees of the employers who receive the money, as well as the communities in which they reside. And there's no doubt in my mind that's what this city does. So it really goes hand in hand with what they want. So just to tell you guys, this year's dividend, which was mailed to the city and received by the city in mid-April, was $373,818. And it brings the total of the city's history of dividends from LWCC to $3.141 million over the time that LWCC has insured the city. I just wanted to let you guys know what you guys received. Let you guys know that we appreciate all that you do in our community for this city. Things, I mean, everywhere we go, we see things changing. We see good things happening, and I'm just so proud to be a part of it all. And I'm proud to be your agent for this coverage. I'm very appreciative of that, and I want to thank you for that, and let you know that we're going to hope to continue on in this manner and to come talk to you next year about a bigger number, hopefully. you know.
Thank you. Thanks for all you do. And, you know, it's been nothing but a pleasure to do business with your family. And we see all the things your family does. So it's a good partnership. I mean, we all here, everybody up here is here because they love our community. And we all here, we're all public servants. So it's good when it's good.
That's right.
Any questions or comments? Thank you very
all.
much.
Y'all have a good evening.
Uh-huh. All right, 3B.
Dean and Kathy Watney to address the council in recognition of the month of May being Mental Health Month, and to announce Bayou Side Run, which promotes good mental health, being held on May 7th, 2022.
Good afternoon. It's always a pleasure to be here, and we certainly thank you all for your personal contribution to this effort. And as an administration, the city has done a lot to help Iberia Mental Health Initiative in its programs, and we certainly thank y'all for that. And we appreciate the opportunity to be here to talk about it's May, and it's Mental Health Month. And we've been coming for a while now, and I think, though, we're making some progress. And hopefully in the future, we won't have to have a big mental health month. Everybody will know about mental health and how to stay healthy. So we are here for the resolution, but we also want to tell you about the race that we're going to have this weekend, this Saturday. It's going to start around 8 o'clock, will be the race and walk. And it's more than just a race and walk, it's our second one. Last year, we had about 350 runners there. It was quite an event. Some of you were there running or walking. And it's more than a race and a walk. I think it's an event. And there are all walks of life there, racing and walking for the benefit of others and for the benefit of addressing mental health and making us aware of the need for mental health in our city. And the event is going to include a Cajun band, it's going to include a few food trucks, it's going to include some exhibitors who are going to pass out information about mental health, and we'll have some jambalaya too. It's going to be a lot of fun, and you don't have to just race and walk to be there. You can come and enjoy the event and cheer on the racers and walkers. And this event is brought to you by our Iberia Mental Health Initiative and also Heart for Iberia, and Trip Wright and Reagan Davis. Darlene French is with us also. She's with our Iberia Mental Health Initiative. So this has been a collaborative effort, and with the help of the city and others and all of our sponsors, we hope to have a great event to help with the awareness of mental health. One of the unique features of this is called Bayou Side Race, and Trip Wright and his organization came up with the idea that it also means to walk by your side, that someone is walking by your side if you have experiences, challenges with mental health or someone that you love. And we have several teams of large numbers of participants that are walking by someone's side. So, great event. Hope you all can be there and enjoy it with us. And the event also, if I may take one more minute.
Sure.
What we have done with the proceeds from the event so far, we've sponsored 2 seminars for teachers. One of which was to inform them about how to take care of their own mental health during these challenging times that they've experienced. And the other program, where there was at least over 100 attendants, was to teach them about how to spot mental health issues in the children, how to address them, and how to handle those things. And, Catherine will tell you a little bit more. And we're supposed to read the resolution?
You okay if you want to, it's up to you. Yes, you can.
City of New Iberia proclamation, May is Mental Health Month. Whereas mental health is essential to everyone's overall health and well-being, and whereas all Americans face challenges in life that can impact their mental health, but with effective treatment and support, everyone affected by mental illness can lead full, productive lives. Whereas we ask all citizens, government agencies, businesses and schools in your area to join in the promotion of good mental health and to support prevention efforts.
Thank you.
And then.
Yeah. No, thanks for all you do. As you said, you've been here many times before, and that's a good thing. You know, we see what you do in the community. Unfortunately, we know it's needed in the community, so, you know, this is all good work, and I'm glad to see you got some new people kind of getting involved, and I think you're picking up, you know. I heard the numbers are really good for the run already. Yeah, which is awesome. So what a great event, and what a good cause. I have a copy of this for you. And again, thank you. Anybody have any questions or comments?
It looks like the weather's gonna be perfect.
Yes, we hope so. And again, we want to thank the city administration for their help and cooperation. It's been a cooperative effort. The school board also has cooperated with us, and I think that's what's needed in this city.
That's what makes it a community.
That's it. Thank you.
Have a great addition, Ms. French.
Sir?
School board, Ms. French, school board.
Yes.
You handled many of programs, and we're glad to see you on this.
Yes, sir.
You can really be an asset to this group, because you've been really good at the school board on doing a lot of programs
thank
we
you.
needed to do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being an addition of that.
Yes, I am now prior school board,
Yes, ma'am. I know, I
But-
hope you're enjoying your retirement.
but I still am very active in the community, or I try to be, especially in the area when it comes to children.
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
If your attorney is a little slow today, we kept him up yesterday working with us, stuffing bags for the race. So.
And I can't be there Saturday. I've got a family thing I have to do. But it was a great event last year. I know Ricky ran, Dee Dee ran, we got several sponsors, you know, in this group, and it was good to see so many people out there, you know, all ages, all colors. It was a really good event, and it was a pretty day last year. So I hope you have a good day. But if you want to go to something really positive in the community, just to see stuff going on, go down there on Saturday.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yes,
Man,
sir.
I always want to thank y'all. Y'all have heard me thank y'all before and say this before. I am a caregiver of a mental health patient, if you will. My little brother, Corey Lewis, he's diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia, bipolar, manic depression. He's in a facility in Baton Rouge right now, Harmony Transitional Facility. And, you know, when he comes home, you know, we always looking for some sort of assistance with him. And so thank you guys for doing what you do. It's greatly appreciated from me and my community. And I do realize that mental health is a big issue in our community. So thank y'all.
Thank you.
And I won't be at the run because early morning Saturday barbershop is like, it's
Thank y'all very much. Madam Clerk, 4A.
Special ordinance 2021-2022-8, amending the budget to reflect the receipt and utilization of LGAP funds.
I need a motion to open this public hearing.
Motion.
Motion by Mayor Pro Tem Ricky Gonsalas, and a second by Councilman David Broussard. Is there anyone from the public here to comment on this item? Hearing and seeing none, I need a motion to close our public hearing.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilman David Broussard to close, and a second by Councilwoman Brooke Marcotte. Thank y'all. Now we go to 5A.
Special ordinance 2021-2022-8, amending the budget to reflect the receipt and utilization of LGAP funds.
Okay? It's not a public hearing.
It's the same.
I need a motion.
Second.
Motion by Mayor Pro Tem Ricky Gonsalas, and I think the second was Councilman Dustin Swear. Is there any discussion on this item? Hearing and seeing none, please vote your machines. Item 6A.
Resolution 22-87, to consider and take action with respect to adopting a resolution ordering and calling a special election to be held in the city of New Iberia, state of Louisiana, to authorize the levy of a special tax therein, making application to the State Bond Commission in connection therewith, and providing for other matters in connection therewith.
Thank you. We have Jason Akers here. Good evening.
Thank you. Jason Akers of Foley and Udell. Pleasure to see all of you again.
Yes, sir.
In 2001, the voters in the city approved the levy of an ad valorem tax to be used to pay debt service on a project that ended up funding the sewer plant and various sewer improvements throughout the city. That tax was actually initially levied at more than 10 mills. That has since been reduced to 6.83 mills, and it's coming to an end. So the request today with this resolution is to ask the voters to authorize a reallocation of that tax to a new purpose, and that new purpose would be dedicated exclusively to road construction and maintenance. The election, if approved, would be held on November 8th. As with all other elections, it requires a majority vote plus one in favor. We can't legally refer to this as a renewal, and oftentimes when you go into the ballot box, you'll see renewal listed. This is not technically a renewal because it's taking money from debt service to a different purpose. However, it is merely a reallocation of an existing tax. That old tax will go away. This new tax will take its place and be used for the new purpose.
At the same rate.
At the exact same rate. And this will provide a dedicated stream of revenue for road improvements within the city that has not existed. So I'm happy to answer any questions that you have, but again, this is merely just putting the opportunity in front of the voters. With your approval, we'll take it to the State Bond Commission and Secretary of State for their approvals, and you'll see it on the ballot November 8th.
Questions, comments?
I have a comment.
Yes, sir.
Jason, I want to thank you for pointing out that this is it's not a renewal, because we can't go out and preach it as a renewal, but it's a reallocation, or what you would say, a new tax is going to be, and it's not going to increase any of our millages. And this is something that we desperately need.
Yeah, I got a little spiel on that.
And we always talk about things that we see that are being done, and this is something that needs to be pushed, hopefully, and so people can see that. It's one thing to have roads, new roads, but we need to maintain them, and this is perfect for it. So thank you.
I'll do my little spiel. Or you got a question?
No, whatever.
Okay.
You're more important than me go first.
No, I'm not. You
You'd rather us go first?
Yeah, y'all go in there. Y'all go in there. I'll hit my little spiel. Yeah,
You got.
Rick was next.
Rick.
No, I just think, when you go around your community and you start to talk about issues that affect community, roads are in the top three. So figuring a way how to address the issue is so important as public servants, and I think this is a way that we can address it at a good level and to maintain roads in our community that drive economic development and drive quality of life in the town. So I'm excited about it, and I really feel like we're gonna make an initiative to make this work.
So Mayor and Jason, I can honestly say I don't exactly understand this process. And I feel like I'm a pretty smart guy, and I feel like if I don't understand, and a lot of my constituents may not understand the rollover of the millage. And I think, Dustin, you said reallocation. That kind of brought me to another level of intelligence, if you will, but if you can kind of just give it to me in a more layman term.
I'll be glad to.
Of how it's going to affect the homeowner, the
Right.
taxpayer, and those people.
They'll pay exactly what they're paying now on millages. All we're doing is we've saved some money with your help, okay? Because it's not just me. So we're taking $1 million and we're paying off that existing millage. We're coming right back and reallocating the same millage, the same rate. People aren't going to pay any more taxes. All we're doing is reshuffling the deck. Sometimes if you sit back and look at things and say, I'm going to find a new way to attack an old problem. Because I'll tell you in a second why what we're doing now does not work. And if you drive on our roads, you know it doesn't work. So you won't be paying a new tax. What you'll do is, it is a reallocation. So your bill will not go up, but we're just replacing it from what it paid for of a sewer plant. That'll be paid off, and we'll turn around and do it again at the same rate, and now what you're paying for is roads. And it's dedicated for 20 years. So no politician, call us whatever you want, public service, politician, I don't trust them, whatever you want to say. They can't change that. It is dedicated only for the roads. And we desperately need that. And now I'm going to tell you kind of the problem we're in. Every mayor comes in. I got here 5 years ago. It took 4 years to get our finances straight where I could borrow money to do roads. Okay? So I got to borrow 12.5, which I think is the most any mayor ever borrowed at once, but costs are up. So we bonded out 12.5. That is going to do some roads. But let's talk about the truth. That's going to do 12 to 15% of our roads. Okay? Now, if I don't get this, just like every other mayor. It's nobody's fault. Every other mayor did one road program, 8 or 9 million, and then after they did that, they had to pay for it, and they couldn't do any more roads. But guess what? They did about 10% of the roads. So the 90% of the roads are getting older by the day, and the money that they spent didn't fix them all. So now you got roads that, well, I got to wait on the next guy. So, or woman, 8 or 10 years go by, no road work gets done. The next person plays catch up, gets their finances straight, bonds out, goes fix the worst roads. Now you got to make the choice because they're all bad, okay, for the most part. So you never catch up. You just continue that cycle of about 10% of your roads get fixed every 10 years, and you just say, oh, well, that's all I could do, you know, didn't have any money. We can't live like that. So by doing this, you have 20 years of money coming in. So the 12.5 we're doing now, we can immediately bond out 10 million more. Now I'm fixing another 8 or 10% now, okay? In addition to that, with the money that it comes in, you have about $700,000 a year that I can dedicate toward maintenance for 20 years. So if you take $750,000 for 20 years, that's $15 million. That gets to be spent on maintenance, because one of our problems is we don't maintain what we have, so they just continue to deteriorate, continue to go to crap, so that by the time you get back to it, it's even worse. Now, in addition to that, because I have a shelf life, okay? I could do one more term and I'm out of here. And we'll just have to see, God willing. But the next mayor, in 10 years, that first $10 million we talked about will be paid off. They can bond out another $10 million and do $10 million more of roads. Now, that's a way, by shuffling the deck and changing the way we do business, that's $35 million more that goes to the roads over 20 years. I don't have another plan. That is the best one, and I mean, a lot of help with Jason, a lot of help with input from the council. You know, we've sat here and said we cannot continue to have the same problem and look at it the same way. So this is another way for no new money. Whatever you pay in millages now, you'll pay, and we can actually make some headway with addressing our roads. So I'm about to do a little dog and pony show for the first time tomorrow on this at a Rotary Club meeting. I plan on doing all the civic groups. I plan on holding town halls. I plan on going door to door if I have to, because it's not any new money, but if we do this, we got a real plan. If we don't do this, I don't have a backup plan. I end up, unfortunately, like every other mayor in the position that, oh, well, guess I can't do any more roads, which I don't want to be in that position. Doing things the same way, you just get the same result. We got to figure a way to get more creative. So that's my spiel. And anybody else?
Just think, no new taxes, but you will see new roads in our city.
Mhm.
That's that simple.
Yeah.
And I think people will appreciate it.
And the sales pitch is coming, and the ad campaigns is coming. It's don't make a stop, because the 12.5 is starting within the month. You're going to see people starting on roads. It is the asphalt overlay. Come June to July, we will bid out some concrete streets. That's with the 12.5 million we have. If you pass this in November, then we don't have to stop. We're geared up. We already have paid our engineers to analyze every road in the city, so we're ready to go. If this gets approved, we as a council, as a public body, can continue to keep moving. Anyway, I'm done. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
Years ago, Mr. Mayor, we were there when we started that new sewer plant. And people are proud of any kind of sewer or smelly thing, but we don't have any smelly stuff. Other towns have troubles. We don't have it anymore. So yes, I'd back this a lot. The next big problem we having is roads. Everybody asks us when we gonna do the roads. But it sounds like this might be a problem that we can correct and do maybe most all roads in a matter of maybe 8 or 10 years. So yes, I'll back this. With no extra money we have to pay. Darn it, we finished with the sewer plant. Man, I'm glad to see that. The government put us a lot of pressure on us, and we finished with it. But it might be glad to see that money just roll over into roads.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to make the motion to accept the resolution, since we didn't do that.
I think we had a motion in a second.
No.
We didn't?
No, we didn't.
Oh, Lord. Okay, that's true. Jason got up and started talking.
He did.
Well, thank you for covering my, okay. We do need a motion and a second. Thank you very much. So I have a motion by Councilwoman Deidre Ledbetter. Do I have a second?
Second.
Councilman Marlon Lewis. All right. And we've already started our discussion. Thank you for that. I was getting carried away. Is there any further discussion on this item? Jason, can't thank you enough. Hearing and seeing no other further discussion, please vote your machines. All right. Councilwoman Ledbetter saves the day. Thank you. Jason, as always, thank you very much.
Parliamentarian.
Yeah, I know, and a good one. 6B.
Resolution 22-88, awarding contract to Beard Construction Company for the City Park and West End Park Community Center's re-roofing improvements project, and authorizing the mayor to execute any and all contracts and documentation in connection therewith.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Dustin Swear and a second on this side by Councilman Marlon Lewis. Thank you.
Councilman City Park and Councilman Weston.
That's right, that's right.
No, I was there.
Getting ready. Do we have any discussion on this item? No discussion?
Well, how long before the roofs start actually?
Thank you.
Because we're doing all of this work.
Yes, sir.
And
And we want,
we
and we got more
couldn't do some
plans.
stuff on the ceiling because our roof isn't there and.
We got the notice to proceed today,
Timeframe.
okay? We have been waiting for the state to give us the notice to proceed. The contractor bid the job. They hold their prices for 45 days, 30 days? Okay, we are almost to the end of our time. We will be moving on this tomorrow morning so that the contractor can get started. So I had to wait. You follow the state's rules when you get state money. So we have been waiting for that notice, and Mr. Lee gave it to us today, so, which I really like Mr. Lee. So now we can get moving on this. So as soon as we sign the contract, materials will get ordered, and I think the contractor will get going in, maybe 30 days? 30 days, 45 days? He's got to get some materials in.
Okay.
Anybody else? Paul, you got anything?
No, it's.
Okay, just making sure, bro.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
What's the timeframe, Paul? What's you thinking?
I think we gave them about 6 months to
Yeah.
do the work.
Yeah.
And part of the scope of the work of the projects, because of the condition of the roofs, and a lot of the roofs are in excellent condition, they just need to be recoated. A lot of the metal roofs, they're like a 50, 60-year roof, and they're half-life, so they need to be cleaned and recoated. Now,
And
some of
rework
the
the
pipe
flash.
roofs, some of the pipe roofs are definitely going to be changed out, but the existing standing seam roofs just need to be recoated. We did that at the Public Works facility. It worked out very well, that portion of the building. And so that's the intention. Change all the gutters and downspouts that are rotten, any fascia that's rotten, and then redo the west end front entrance.
Yeah.
Make it look aesthetically a little more pleasing.
And those flat roofs are leaking, and Marlo's not wrong, because we've been making improvements inside the West End Center, and we can only go so far because we're gonna start messing up what we're trying to do. Soon as these roofs are over, we have some money from ARPA. We have also asked the state for some money in our capital outlay, and then that will allow us, time-wise, and it'll work out about right, let's hope, but for once. So we'll get our new roofs done, then our capital outlay money will come, and then we can get inside and freshen up the inside of both the gyms, because, many of the finishes and fixtures and look is all from the 60s, so, or late 50s, so it would be good to kind of update those, but this is the first step. Without a roof, and this roof, we thought we'd have had this money, we're talking about and working diligently to get new capital outlay money, and this just took a lot longer through the state than we ever would have thought. But, hey, it's here now, and we can get moving on it. Anybody else? Then I'd ask you to please vote your machines. Thank you. Yep, good stuff. Thanks, Paul. All right, Jimmy, come on up. All right, our next item is property standards, 7A.
Public hearing and action, resolution number 22-89 on the state of buildings located at 295 Camellia Street, District 5, for resolution 22-56, as noticed and advertised on April 20th, 2022.
Anyone here to represent Dr. Adele? Hello, sir. How you doing? I'm good. Jimmy, tell us about it.
Okay, the house is wide open. It's, there are areas of the roof that need to be reattached. The windows and the doors all need to be redone. Other than that, I can't see too much. The electrical needs to be redone. There's no electricity on it, and the plumbing needs to be redone. And a lot of maintenance. Repaint, clean up, clean the trash for sure. Boards are cracked on the siding. Let's go through the pictures. That's the inside roof, so the roof is leaking. that's inside. The vegetation needs to be cleaned up. The siding needs to be repaired. I think that's about it.
Okay.
The hot water tank is gone, so the plumbing would need to be repaired. And it looks like there's some issues with the porch. It looks like it's falling back to the house. But with all the trash on it, I can't see.
Okay, we have the owner of the property here. I'll just ask you, sir, what?
Is Dr.
what do
Del
you-
the owner?
The police was called. The police was called to this location. And there was two people.
No, hang on, Jeff, just something.
So, is Dr. Del the owner of this one?
This is my daughter's.
Your daughter?
She's not here, she had a meeting with the state.
Okay.
And I'm the one who taking care of the family business.
Okay, I just want that.
The police was called yesterday. There was a bunch of people taking the roof off the building. And the lieutenant asked him, what are you doing? They said that Jimmy Landry told him to go ahead and tear the house out. That's what you remember him, the guy that has been trashing that house, you know him, you met with him, the name?
I never told him that.
Okay. There's a guy that's been living in this house for 3 years, not living, trashing that house for 3 years. Jimmy Landry took the trash the first time, charged my daughter $4,200. Second time he charged her $2,000. Dene is back again, and this is probably gonna cost a whole lot of money. Criminals going in, destroying our homes, trashing our houses, and nobody's doing. I asked the lieutenant, why didn't you go ahead and arrest him? He said the jail will not take no prisoners. You can ask that lieutenant, and they're gonna be back in business. Sir, can you tell me, you told the council one day that you do not go inside the building.
I didn't go inside.
How did you know that it needs electrical and plumbing?
Back the pictures up? Nope. Oh. See that electrical service?
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Okay, but the
All-
house,
All the electrical's missing out the panel, all the electrical's missing out the meter, and it's not connected.
until this guy gets out of that area, I can't do nothing about that house. Beside that house, nothing wrong with it except busted windows. That guy is sitting right there, right now. See, it's in the police, you will see him sitting there. While he's talking to the policeman, he had a hard liquor in his hand and a big bottle of beer, and he's talking to the policeman, drinking beer and alcohol. He's sitting right there. His name is Dene. He's Charles Graves. You know. That house is a beautiful house, good structure. Unless you send somebody to take care of it.
Can I speak, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is there a plan to clean it up? Because I know the trash does kind of go onto James Street almost. It gets very close. My constituents are complaining about it from
Okay.
District 1. There is a man living in there. I've heard about him as well, illegally.
As a matter of fact, there's two now.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. You're going to have to press charges. That's trespassing.
I did.
And,
We called the police multi times. Yesterday, they were destroying the house. That roof is gone, what you're looking at. They took the roof off. They were selling the tin. And he told the police officer that Jimmy Landry told him that to go ahead and tear that house.
So
The question is-
back to the trash, that needs to be cleaned up, like ASAP. I don't know who, if you can do it, I know you've had some health issues before.
Yes.
Someone has to get out there and clean that all up first thing.
The guy across the street, the owner across the street, has excavators and dozers and all kind of stuff.
So they're gonna
He
help
said-
you clean it?
Huh?
They're gonna help you to clean it up?
No, he said, if you get that guy out, I will come and take care of it. Besides,
The homeowner just has to call the police and get him removed. Like, they cannot just sit there and let him be on the property whenever
ma'am,
he's not the homeowner.
if the police caught him on top of the house, destroying that house, felony, and he didn't take them to court, to prison, what can I do? What can I do?
Does that sound right, that the police would not do anything?
Ask the lieutenant, please, tell him why you didn't take him yesterday.
Okay, so aside from.
He said the jail
NIC
will not accept it.
that it's your daughter's property, so you guys have the right to go and clean it up. You know, whoever's responsible for handling the business, someone has to clean it up. And I'd call the police every single time I see him there if you want. Like, go, you see him there, call the police. Your daughter goes there, some other family member, call the police every
Ask
single
him
time.
how many times he cleaned it. Ask him. He
You
cleaned
cleaned this
it
property
twice.
before because,
The
Yeah.
city did.
oh, okay.
We
I've
cleaned
been
it
in
one
office
time.
for a year and a half and it's
You
been
see?
like that the
And
entire
it's back
time.
again. It's really trash. It's nothing he can sell or can. You can ask guy, what is it you're doing with this trash? I mean, it's baffling to me.
Yeah, it's.
And my daughter is not gonna go mess with him because he's a violent
That's
individual.
understandable,
Yeah.
yeah.
Go look on his record. Every day he's in jail. Every night he's in jail. When his sister, he banged his sister every night. You
So
know.
they were picking him up for something then.
Yeah. I mean, there's two now. Drinking alcohol, Social Security.
Okay, I'm done.
Mayor, can we just kind of go around the table since Brooks started on this?
Sure.
Keep it kind of flowing. Doc, I'm kind of like with Brooke. Dee is in here, it's in her district. She asked me to take some of her calls. Thank God I haven't got a whole lot of calls. And she didn't ask me to handle this, but I'm gonna kind of like tip the line. If it was my district, I would ask that you get it cleaned up first. That's what I would ask.
How?
No, but I'm saying, Doc,
He's there.
Doc, listen, now you and I, we talk, you know, I'm, everybody in this council, it's no secret, I'm mostly on the side of the homeowner. But Doc, I can't stand in front of this council, in front of the whole city of New Iberia Parish and say that this eyesore is okay in that, because we're playing cat and mouse. You ask how, and you know the answer to that. You know how to clean it up. All you do is pay somebody to clean it up.
Okay, he's
Pay
gonna
somebody to
bring
clean
the
it
trash
up.
back
But I'm
again.
saying you in front of us, we some more legal witnesses that know that you cleaned it up again and the guy trashed up again. So he bringing trash from other parts of the community?
Everywhere.
So we need to get him to clean that up. If this was my district, that's what I would go for. Clean it up, and if it's not cleaned up by the time you come back, then the city gonna clean it up, charge you again. But I'm just saying, that's how I would do it.
Let
But
the lieutenant tell you the story.
because I believe in, no matter how many times a person say they gonna do what they gonna do in this body, I believe in giving them a chance. But that's horrible, man. Nobody wanna live back to like next to that, Doc.
Before you
No,
get
but Doc,
that, you need to get rid of him.
Doc, I got a lot of respect for you, but Doc,
Thank you.
that's a lot of excuses. Doc, that's horrible. That's all I want you to hear coming out my mouth and out my heart. That's horrible. And you and your family is responsible to take care of this.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
And the mayor is listening.
But I'm just saying, can you say you're gonna clean this up?
Okay, I will clean it. If you have the mayor call the chief police, say, why don't you arrest that guy? 3 years and he's dumping trash on
I don't know what the law is about squatters and all that, but I know nobody gonna be on my property trashing it, causing me problems, having me come to the city. Come on, Doc, you're a very smart man.
See how many
And
times
you
I called
can't
the
get
police.
this guy off your property to clean up? Come on, Doc. Come on, Doc.
Come on, Doc, what?
You say you can't get him off your property to clean up
I
your own
can't.
property?
He is living in my house, not the other house.
I
next
just
door.
want to know the law. I want to know the law for that. Because, I mean, I'm not, mark this word, I'm not letting anybody sit on my property and make my property, and I don't have what you have,
Yeah.
and make my property look
You
like
want
that.
me
And
to
I got to
shoot him?
come stand in front of the council and say, oh, I can't do nothing about it.
You
I'm
want me
not
to
going to
shoot
let it
him?
happen. I don't know what you got to
Can
do,
you
but I
come
know.
with me and talk to him?
No, I'm not a law enforcement, but if you ask me to come with you, I'll come with you, but I'm not going to come as a law
Come and
enforcement.
talk to him and see what you think.
You know, I mean, I'm trying to get this city cleaned up like everybody's sitting up here. I do
You
that,
think I am as a doctor, I like what I see?
man, I
I
can't
do
tell,
not like
Doc.
what I see.
Doc, I can't tell.
I'm not gonna commit a crime, go and shoot that man.
Listen, where I come from, when we see something that look bad and the person that's making it look bad don't do nothing about it, you know what we say? He must like it. And you ask me if it look like you like
He cleaned
it.
it twice. He cleaned it twice.
I'm just saying, Doc.
Yeah.
That just the trash. Me, just the trash. If it was my district, I would want to answer for, just like Brooks, I would want to answer just for the trash and we get to the house later.
If it was my district, I'd grab that guy and put him in jail and
No, if
keep
it-
him there.
And if it was
Then we
my
can do
house,
the cleaning.
If it was my house, I wouldn't be standing right there.
And board up the house so he can't get in. Board everything up so there's no way. for
He's
him to
in my
get
house now. He's living in my house
Go
now.
with the police.
The other house.
He's gotta get out. He's gotta go.
Yeah, we could get it.
know?
Yeah, that's all I want
I'm
to know.
asking the mayor to
Everything I'm
go
asking
ahead
is gonna
and
be to
talk
try
to
to
the
help you to
police.
get this done, Doc.
And then I promise you I'll have it.
Doc, everything that I'm gonna ask is not a challenge, it's gonna be to help you to get this done. I'm not a lawyer, but I pay
told
attention
you,
to the
there's a
law.
guy who has equipment. He will take care of it. He told me he wanted to clean it.
Yeah, but
The
Doc,
guy across the street. But
okay.
he said, can I clean it
I
while the
asked
guy's
this question,
there?
Doc, because we have a lawyer here. And I want to hear the lawyers tell us your legal rights with this guy squatting on your property, causing this issue to our community. This affects the whole community. That right there, that one house affects the whole community.
Okay,
Because you know what
I mean,
people say?
I-
Why y'all
I
letting
do not-
Dr. Dale keep that house like that?
Who?
That's what they said, the whole community. That's
My
what they
friend,
said.
you need to take care of the criminal that is sitting there.
No,
This
I'm
is
not.
your responsibility.
No, I'm not a police officer. My
You are
responsibility
on
is to
top
make
of
sure
the
this
police
gets cleaned up.
You know?
I'm not a police officer. If I was, y'all would know.
What's his name again? The man, what is his name,
I'm
or
a-
both of
His
them?
name is, the other guy, I do not have it, but I have pictures of
Okay.
him. It's here in the house.
Brooke, I don't mean to interrupt you, buddy. Okay. I'm a handler.
Thank you.
I will call, because
I would
I'd like to
appreciate it.
hear from the rest of my council, okay? I will call my police department. You heard what I said, my police department. I believe in my police department. I back them 100%, okay? So if we can keep moving and make a plan for the house and the neighborhood and the community, I will get on the top of that and I will take care. You might have to come press some charges.
Believe me
We're
or
gonna
not,
do it the
that's
right
the
way.
best department you
Okay,
ever had.
it is. I will take
know.
care of, he owns a house. Legally, you can file a complaint.
But I don't think the man's standing in that house.
Now he's standing in my house.
Next door, he bought, Dr. Adele bought
Okay,
the
but wait,
house,
you own both of them?
house in
Yes.
the trailer
Okay,
next
this-
All
door.
right, well, we're gonna move on after this, but you're gonna come, I will make sure. I don't believe that my police officers don't wanna do anything, because I
promise
can
you,
take
the
it,
lieutenant, ask that
I
lieutenant.
will look into that, okay? But I'm telling you, as I'm sitting right here looking at you in your yard, you're gonna file a complaint on both houses, and I'm gonna get his ass out. Oop, excuse me. I will take care of doing what I have to do. I will do
appreciate
my
that.
job, sir,
I would
okay?
appreciate that.
So let's be a little positive and keep moving on how we attack the issues.
Thank you.
And you have other houses, and we are not, it happens. You own a lot of property, and you're very successful.
I have the picture here in the
I know.
house,
So
you know?
we're gonna have these discussions again, so I would like to move on making our community a better place.
Thank you.
All right, so I will make sure that our law enforcement does what they need to do so that we can move on and quit talking about that aspect of
I
it.
appreciate
Now we're gonna talk about the house. No, stay up there.
Oh, okay.
So I think, does anybody else have any comments or questions? Mr. Broussard?
We have a lot of people a lot of owners that come through here. And man, we never have the drawn out affairs of excuses, that we're hearing from you, Doc.
What is it you're talking about?
We have a lot of owners. I mean, a bunch come through here and we rig up all kind of nice ways to either do or something for the house. But Doc, every time you come through here, you have a lot of rigmarole and this and that. I don't see how that's all happening right here, because that is just disaster. I don't think I'd have lived in my District 3 with that happening at all. Man, I'd have been raising some humbug. But, Doc, I don't know why each and every house, you have an excuse of this and that. Find a way to take care of your property, Doc. Take care of your property you're buying.
You just said,
But the police gonna come help you on this. How in the heck that vagrant got in these houses and these trailers and all this, and you let it go that long? We trying to help you now. But darn it, other owners don't have all this.
you just said that every one of my houses is under attack,
Well,
just like the ones that
No.
you demolished.
yes, sir. But that's my piece on it.
Yeah, Jeff, you had something, Jeff?
Yeah, if we can take care of the guy who's in your house, who shouldn't be in your house,
And we're gonna do that. I'm texting the chief right now.
yeah, then what can we do to solve this problem without going through all the things we usually go through?
Because,
I'm gonna hire some people to come in and
Okay.
clean it.
okay, so clean it, that's gonna be take the stuff away, okay? And then work needs to be done on the house, right? And what's the process gonna be for getting a permit?
I need a scope of work.
Okay, so we need a scope of work, and we need a permit application, right? And then if the council wants to do this, we would need a definite date to revisit. And if the work's not done by that definite date, then we pull the permit. Permit's gonna have to be not a 6-month permit, but to whenever the revisit is. But if we can get the guy out of there,
There's two now.
okay, whatever. But if we can solve that problem, we still need this problem solved. And we still need a commitment to do it, and a permit to do it, and some progress to do it by a definite date, if the council wants to allow the time to get that done. I mean, our intention always is to get the problem solved without having to knock the building down ourselves, always.
Good.
So,
No, I'm sorry.
so what are you willing to do if we get the guy out of the house? You want to do the repairs and clean the
I
yard?
want somebody to take care of it. The question is, how are you gonna guarantee he's not gonna go back?
Well,
Well, I don't have a crystal ball, but let's worry about the first thing, that's get him out. And after we get him out, then we have a precedent to follow, and I might have to get him out again, but one step at a time.
Okay.
I just text my chief. I mean, I'm not messing around. I just text my chief, and I will get to the bottom of it. and-
By the way, that's the best man you ever had.
I know that. Thank you.
He's a good man.
So I think we will
And
see
you would
some
want
progress.
to say that police department is the
Nah.
best we have.
Good people hire good people.
Yeah, they are good people.
Yes, sir.
So Doc, I want to be brief, but obviously you're a frequent visitor to this council
Oh, yeah.
on the same issue.
They targeted
So,
very
no,
well.
no.
let me have the floor.
Yeah.
So you're a frequent visitor to this council on the same issue. It's been redundant. So I'm assuming that you have a lot of other people living in your houses because they all look the same to me. But with that being said, my question is, are you, in the past, you've been saying that you are not willing to go get a permit. Are you willing to go and get a permit for this house?
He treats me like he treats everybody else. On the permit application, it says what you're gonna be doing.
Just,
That's
okay.
what I'm gonna
Doc,
do.
I get it. I need a yes or no. Are you willing to go get a permit?
Yes,
Yes. Okay.
but with the supervision of this mayor, I wanna get one. I want him to look at the other permits and look at my permit, and if it's the same, I will do whatever he says.
Jimmy,
You wanna write the scope of work, Freddie?
I could.
Yeah,
I mean. what
that's
did
all
for-
I need.
Yeah.
I need a scope of work, what he's gonna do.
Okay.
It's on the application.
Okay.
Okay.
Many times, we went in there at the time, long time, we go and we put on the application what you wanna do, and we write it down. But now you want me to hire somebody to type and notarize it and all kinds of stuff.
Look, Jimmy and I go round and round, and there's no.
His
Hang on.
wife brought me a scope of
I know
work,
that.
Freddie.
Jimmy-
Ex-wife.
Jimmy and I go round and
Been
round.
harassing
Jimmy
her so many
does his job, okay? Jimmy does his job, all right? Well, I'll be glad to help. If that gets this house off and gets my community back where we're not fussing about it, we can move on to the next one. And you own a lot of houses, and many of them are in disrepair. And maybe we have a difference of opinion of what disrepair is. But I'll work with you. If I gotta write the scope of work for everyone, I'll sit down with Jimmy and we'll do it. But I wanna see some progress, and I would love that you never came here again, because your houses were all fixed. And you know what? You'd like to not come here again too.
Did you ask the question, why I am being targeted by criminals and by this man?
I don't think you targeted by anybody
Go look at the
except,
houses.
no, I think you own a lot of houses, and a lot of them are vacant. And I'm sorry that people have broken into your houses or done whatever. I will help you with that. But nobody's targeted. You own a lot of houses that are in disrepair. And you
I
do.
would like to repair them and.
I understand.
sell them.
Well, then if I can help you repair, we solve 2 problems with 1 stone, yours and mine. Because anything that's a problem for this council is a problem for me, and it's a problem for our community.
His
So,
job is to guide us.
well, he follows the rules. I'm taking up for Jimmy. Look, Jimmy and I go round and round. We debate about stuff all day long. I'm always the guy who's like, oh, that's good enough. But, he does his job, all right? So, let's just try. We can always go to court. We can always go the other way. We can always go around and around. We just been through a round of court and all kind of stuff. That's not good for either one of us. It ties up both of us, and in the end, in a way, we both lose. My community loses. So
It only benefits your coin-operated attorney.
that's it. That's it. That's right. Somebody gets paid, okay? Somebody gets paid. I would rather, and we do follow all the steps, and it's a long process, and we win in court because we do follow all the steps. But that still don't help you. That doesn't help my community, and that doesn't help what people have to look at. So I'm willing to try something different. Right here in front of TV, okay? I'm fine with it. I'll help with the scope of work on this one. Let's see how it goes. All right? You're going to come back. Maybe we're going to set a procedure. All right? But Jimmy's not your enemy. I'm not your enemy. I'm not targeting you.
He's not my enemy.
Just let's try to work together. He follows the rules. I know he does, and I appreciate it. As hard as it is for me to say that, I appreciate it. Because I've been a contractor for a long time, okay? I don't like all those rules. I'll be totally 100% honest with you, but I'm in a position that I have to follow the rules too, and I will. But let's find a new way to work together, and let's try it on this house. First call is, already got a text. My chief is already texting me back. I'm working on that. Then Jimmy and I will come up with a scope of work. Not that hard to do. Your wife came up with a scope of work for her house, and she's working on it.
Yeah, because he kept on harassing her.
But she did what he asked, which is the rules. So, okay, Jimmy, harass me for a scope of work. I'm gonna give you a scope of work. We're gonna go to work.
Your office at 8 o'clock.
We'll go to work.
So, Jimmy, I have one more question. The cleanup that the city did on this particular address, did they reimburse the city for those 2 cleanups?
I don't know, I'd have to check with Cynthia
If we
tomorrow.
didn't get reimbursed, then it went on the tax.
It went on the taxes, yeah.
But
I'd
whether
have
they
to
got
check with Cynthia.
paid or not, I
They
don't
paid
know.
at the tax office.
Can I ask you a question, please? Put that picture back on the front.
What's not happening, sir?
She's got the pictures.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
This is really a city responsibility. That's the easement. That's
Oh,
on
It's
the
on,
side.
it's on private. Look at that's on private. I mean, I don't want to get into the
No,
argument.
that's not-
It's all on private property.
The side of the house. I mean, the front of the house.
It was like a big wave of trash that went from your property to the street. I mean,
Okay.
No,
well, I mean, it is. It's not.
we're not going that far.
Yeah, I'm not going that far. I'm helping, but I'm not crazy.
Okay.
Okay, so, yes, sir.
Okay, so Dee Dee's requesting on her notes, and Doc, we're trying to help you here,
We are.
but you keep coming back with another, now this is the city's junk. Come on.
Are you helping me on that day you were?
We're trying to help you. We're giving you a lot. We're throwing something to you. You take it. We're trying to help you.
You were laughing your head off.
Because there's a bunch of excuses, like Mr. Broussard said earlier. That's why I'm laughing, because every single time you come up here, it's the same thing every time. So look, Dee Dee in her notes is requesting that we give you 30 days. Because you came here.
The revisit date is gonna be June 21st.
Okay.
Because next week we have 10 more houses. The first meeting in June, we have the revisits from the previous 20. So the revisit date, we're setting for June the 21st.
Okay.
Okay.
Which is more than 30 days.
Yeah.
Which is more. So you get more than 30 days right there to clean up what you have. And then after that,
Get that man out, I will start that, there's 2 of them.
All right.
One of them is a violent one.
Well,
okay, I was gonna make a motion, but I mean, that's fine. I'm not even gonna say anything
no, that's
anymore.
fine. No, it's good.
You can't make it for 30, though. You make it
You
for June
good?
21st.
Well,
Yeah,
for the
June
revisit date,
21st.
June
Yeah, you can do
21st.
June 21st.
I second.
So we have, and I'll answer, we have a motion on the floor by Councilman Dustin Swear and a second by Councilwoman Deidre Ledbetter to revisit this on June 21st.
Yes, sir.
Any other discussion? Any?
So
no?
we're not doing the recommendation, giving them 30 days to clean the yard and then get a permit?
We can. That's why I wanted
That's what Ms.
some
Dee Dee has
discussion.
in the
Yeah.
notes.
Right, but the next revisit date is not gonna be till.
Right, but you
Right,
could,
but no one
your
told
motion,
him.
your motion, you can attach to your motion that he cleaned it up by the time we revisit it.
Yeah, no one told
Well,
them
that's what I'm asking.
specifics.
I know, but it didn't really, you're right, we didn't flesh that out.
Add it to it.
So your motion is, just to make sure everybody's clear, your motion is, tell me your
Want
motion.
it cleaned up by the time we revisit
And a
it.
permit.
Okay, okay,
And that, yeah, you're right, Ricky, that he goes to apply for the permit.
okay.
Then we can just go from there.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's fine.
We just didn't kind of lay it out completely, so.
I'm fine with it.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Everybody agree with that?
Yeah.
No other discussion? Please vote your machines. Dr. Adele, now I got to answer your question for the 5th time. My police department you will press charges, and my police department will get that guy out of either this house or the other house, and we'll go from there. And now you've got your marching orders of clean it, we get the guy at the house, you clean it, I'll help you with the scope of work, and you get a permit before June 21st. We're gonna try this route. Thank you, Doc. Okay, that was interesting. Madam Clerk, I don't even know where I'm at.
B.
7B, all right, thank you.
Public hearing and action, resolution number 22-90 on the state of buildings located at 1524 Crestwell Street, District 3, per resolution 22-57, as noticed and advertised on April 20th, 2022.
Thank you. Do you have anybody here to represent that property? No? Okay, Jimmy.
All right, all the doors and windows need to be repaired. Go through the pictures, please. All right, you can see the garage, the carport, the little storage area on the back is totally destroyed. The roof is gone, so the roof would need to be repaired. Next picture. The back end, that's the garage. That's on the back of the garage. That would have to be totally rebuilt. That's the back of the house. The windows and the walls falling down. There's a fence on the property that needs to be removed also. It's falling, it's on the ground. All that end is termite ate up. So all that would be need to be repaired.
The owners are local? Are the owners local, Jimmy? Are they from out of town or out of state or out of the country?
The letter came back.
Nobody has contacted.
So was that
You have an
a
address
mailed
right?
notice only, or was it a Joe Burton?
Certified letter went and the mailed letter went.
We have everything covered, Mr. Lawyer, I'd
Well-
say take it down.
That's what I'm asking. So
Hold on, let me get to the
who's on the assessment?
Yes, I wanted to know.
Raymond Miller
It's important that we do it right because.
by mail.
Of course. Make sure we.
Then there was
The address
notice
would
by
say-
appointed attorney. So he sent him a letter too also.
Okay.
And we sent a letter to Donella Antoine Miller on Corrine Street. Raymond Miller and Donella Antoine Miller on Pelican Street. So,
The lawyer, if we covered, I'd say take it down.
Well, yeah, before we act on it, I'm gonna verify the service with Joe, but, okay.
My suggestion.
They didn't show up tonight. Been on our meeting once, at least once back, got TV. They've been mailed out, notified, and, but I'd say take it down if we covered, Mr. Lawyer.
You making a motion?
Yeah, motion to take it down if he thinks we covered.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, I have a motion on the floor by Councilman David Broussard and a second by Mayor Pro Tem Ricky Gonsalas to demolish his house. Is there any further discussion on this? Should be good to proceed, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm gonna check with Joe, make sure he got the notices out.
Okay, okay.
But, yeah.
All right, we'll have a motion and a second on the floor to demo. If there's no further discussion, please vote your machines. Thank you. All right, 7C.
Public hearing and action, resolution 22-91 on the state of buildings located at 321 East Dale Street, District 3, per resolution 22-58, as noticed and advertised on April 20th, 2022.
Have anybody here? Dr. Adele, your property again.
That house I bought it from Mrs. Bo Ackman. If y'all know who Bo Ackman is.
Yeah.
Big rep.
And it was in a beautiful shape.
Ms.
And
DeLeo,
I
Ms.
cleaned
DeLeo.
it,
She was my
cut the
teacher in
grass.
high school.
Huh?
Ms. DeLeo, actually.
Yeah.
She was my teacher in high school.
You can ask her, and her daughter lives next door. And she's willing to give me a piece of paper to show that I cleaned that house, I took care of that house, the house was in beautiful shape. Mr. Roach, another criminal, used to live there. And one day I passed by, he said, "You looking for some wood? I have some wood for sale." I said, "No, I'm not looking for wood." I found out that the wood he was trying to sell me, it was my wood from my house. The floors of my house, look, all that gone. He trashed the house. before he left that house next door, he dumped all the trash, including tires, in the back of that house. And I can have Ms. Ackle give me a statement for y'all to show that this house was in better shape and good shape and clean. His name is Roach. I forgot his name. Roach. The police knows him very well.
Again?
And I fought charges against him twice, and I don't know, he's on the road today or something. He's not been arrested.
Wait, what in time? It's your district?
Me.
Yes, sir.
Doc, I'm harping on the same thing. Look like if I got properties, if I have properties, I would be visiting them really regularly.
I do.
I mean, if I have 15, I don't
I
care.
cannot
But
find
no,
the
no,
crime
you,
in this town.
there's got to, how did all that get missing in the middle in this house in 3 or 4 days when you could go visit every so often? You know, and do something for these houses.
You've been visiting them,
But darn it.
you've been going inside
I'm
of them
passing in front, I
every
know what
day.
it looks like. Got floor,
You know?
some of your floors are bare
Which house is
dirt.
that?
East Dale. Don't even know what
That's my house?
That's 321 East Dale.
How did this happen?
How did it happen? How did it take so, how much?
Took that picture
It's
through
your
the-
property.
Yes.
Check on it.
I do.
Fix it before somebody tears the wood out the inside. You must have been not looking at it for 2 or 3 months.
Man, I
for
called the
somebody.
police twice on him.
But in a big way, Doc, it's the same, a lot of the same thing
Okay,
on
blame me.
every
That's
house
not
we're
blame me.
dealing with.
You know.
But I'll give it to June something, but you gotta show something going on. I mean, that's about it, Doc. You gotta show me that, a lot of work on that house. If you're saying your neighbors say it's,
That house was in a better shape than what he's
but
looking
get
at.
it back together. And don't let your other ones either. Go visit your other properties you have before.
Talk to Roach.
Before that, we go into it and see that they're all the same thing. But,
Jeff had his hand up.
yes, sir,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Jeff.
Is the guy in the house now?
No,
Okay.
he lived in a park across the street on Julia.
Okay.
And I fought charges against him twice. The police came
Okay,
in.
but pretend it's today.
Hmm?
If the guy's not in the house now,
No.
okay, are you willing to do what you need to do to fix
Yeah,
this
We
house?
started already. The picture he's showing you is not the same picture now. The house is a lot cleaner.
Okay,
And the tires, we stacked them on top of each other next door.
okay, Mr. Gonsalas' question, are you willing to get a permit to do the work?
If he gives me a permit like everybody else, I would.
Okay.
I want to be treated like everybody else. I'm an American citizen, I have all the rights.
What about the scope of work? Are you willing to give Jimmy a scope of work?
If the mayor helped me with that, I would.
So now I gotta do 2 scopes of work.
Not about this.
There's another one coming, huh? Yeah, so I'm gonna have to do 3 scopes of work. Look, I volunteered to try, okay? So I guess I'm doing 3 scopes. Jimmy, get in the truck tomorrow, we're going,
He has
look.
on the permit, he has a piece and say what you're gonna do to that house.
Yeah, I know.
It's on that
I
permit.
get them all the time.
But,
But you gotta have a scope of work.
but other people have to do a scope of work,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If you show me everybody else, I will do it myself. Everybody else.
Yeah, at some point I'm gonna have to teach you how to do a scope of work, because I can't do them all. No offense, I can't do them all.
But if he's willing to do it, take it.
By the way, put that picture back again.
She's got her.
Oh, put that picture back again. Yeah, that one, the other one. This here been cleaned. I had a guy on it for 3 days cleaning that. And the tires are stacked next to the building.
No, you're right.
I'm just waiting for the police to arrest Mr. Roach.
Oh, Jimmy, my motion is go to the 22nd of June, we're giving you another
21st.
chance, Doc.
21st.
21st, whatever it is, and we need to see a lot of difference.
Dustin.
Pictures and all of what you're doing to save that house.
I second the motion.
Okay,
I just have one thing.
yeah, can I let Dustin
I'm
speak?
gonna throw a
before-
curveball here, but I know the owners to the property next door that did the work to those houses.
Yeah.
I was actually one of them that did work to his houses in the back.
The new guy?
Yeah.
The new guy? I
This
don't
was
think
2
he
years,
has-
wait, this was 2 years ago. Nothing has changed. It looks exactly the
Why
same.
did he put the stuff on my side?
What stuff?
The trash.
That's been back there.
I know, but when he moved in, he put that thing on my side.
No,
You know?
sure
Okay.
didn't. But that the shape of the house is exactly the same 2 years ago. So what's different from today? I mean, these pictures were taken April 26th. So you're telling me that a lot has been done and Jimmy doesn't have updated pictures and we're only on May 3rd?
My friends, if you look at that house the way it is now, you don't have no appetite even to do nothing to it.
So if I want to look at it, so
Because
if I want to look at the house right now,
What?
if I want to look at the house right now, is any different?
Say it again.
If I want to look at the house right now, if I
Yeah.
got my vehicle and drove down Dale Street,
In the back of the house, yeah, we
And
cleaned
it looks completely
because
different.
he's taking us to court too.
The back of the house.
the back of the house,
Yeah.
but that doesn't have anything to do with the
That's
actual
right.
structure.
No.
That's just trash. Okay.
And why he would not be arrested for stealing my floors, my windows, everything he stole.
You asking for him when the house is wide open.
Huh?
When the house is wide open, you're asking for it.
Go by the house and see if the lock's still there.
Okay.
The lock is on the door now.
But the windows are open, but the lock's on the door.
They bust the doors and the back and the windows.
I'll support Mr. Broussard. It's his district. It's not my district, but I just wanted to put I wanted to put some input on that because
Let's get to the vote. 21st. That's it, Doc.
Okay,
See a lot of
okay,
them.
let me follow my procedure, Mr. B. Okay, we have a motion on the floor by Councilman David Broussard and a second by Councilman Marlon Lewis, and that's to revisit on the 21st. And what conditions do you, what do you? Okay, conditions that it has to be clean, a permit has to be obtained, it has to be clean, just like we did the other one. Everybody agree with that? Permit. And scope of work and
None
permit.
of that, we taking it down.
Okay. Then, is there any other further discussion?
Nope.
Please vote your machines.
You don't have a form for that, go.
Thank you.
You got a form, I can
Oh,
fill it
now
out.
you got a lot of help. You got the mayor and Jimmy working on your houses, man.
I need a form for that.
Well, you got the mayor working on it. You're in great shape.
let's go to the next
You
one.
and the mayor need to work on the criminals in this town.
I am working on the criminal.
We're killing each other.
I am working on the criminal, sir.
Oh, yeah.
So why don't we stick, while we both ahead of the game, to a positive meeting?
I'm hoping.
I'm
There's
hoping
no air
too.
conditioner I own that is not at this place, at the Southern Yard. I have no air conditioners in any one of my buildings. I hope they'll steal yours, Mr. Davis. Then you will see that.
Let's, trying to stay positive.
I know.
Okay, good. Good. Jeff, you had your hand up?
No,
You good? Okay.
no, I'm just saying enough.
Yeah, okay, well, I didn't know. You might have had a word of wisdom for me.
No, no.
Now,
Finish with that one, Doc.
okay, yeah. Now we go to 7D.
Public hearing and action. Resolution number 22-92 on the state of buildings located at 408 West Dale Street, District 2. Per resolution 22-59 is noticed and advertised on April 20th, 2022.
I see we have the owner for this property as well, Dr. Adele.
Oh, no.
You're gonna see.
Doc, you own that one now?
Huh?
You own that one too?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful.
Okay,
Look at the wood, it's cypress wood underneath that cover. That's the siding on top of cypress wood. Tell me what's wrong with that house?
My district, thought it was your district.
Huh? Except broken windows.
Doc,
Huh?
you asking me or you asking, that's Jimmy's job
Yeah.
to tell
No,
him
I'm
what's wrong.
asking him,
Okay.
yeah, we're gonna, I was letting him speak first, then I'll hear from Jimmy, then I'll start calling on my count.
Go ahead.
Jimmy?
Right there, there's a sill that needs to be repaired. I don't know if it's water damage or termite damage, but it's bad. All the siding, the pink siding, well, you can see the metal strip. The metal strip is rusted, so that's to keep the water from going into the board that's supposed to be at the bottom. So all of that is rusted out. Some of the pink stuff is missing. The pink siding is all rotten across the bottom. It's
That's why
damaged.
it's being cut, because it's rotten. And you said you don't go inside, but how did you get this picture?
Straight through the window. Stand on the outside and you click outside the window.
Yeah, the broken windows.
But there ain't no windows.
They don't have windows.
Did you
That's
ask
the
yourself-
backyard. There's a tree down in the backyard that needs to be removed.
I don't do trees.
That tree was hit by your excavator.
Oh, Lord.
I'm telling you.
And there's a creosote post that needs to be removed with a bunch of trash on the side. The window sills are starting to rot, the wood, so the windows, all that needs to be readdressed.
Who's this? Thought it was his.
That was probably a water leak that went unnoticed. All that siding needs to be repaired. The service needs to be looked at.
That's it? Whose district? It's,
Marlow.
District two, yeah, my district. I personally don't see no hope for it. I've been watching this house for probably 3 to 5 years. I didn't think it was in my district. This out.
One comment about this
Go
picture.
ahead.
Yeah, and Marlo, in your defense, look across the street how clean these yards are.
Right.
And that's
Well,
what-
not only that,
It's a
Ricky,
very prominent district right here.
not only that, there's a nice brick home right next door to it. Nice brick home right next door to it. I mean, I don't see no hope for that house right there. And then that's a small one, Doc. And then they got some companies. You said they got Cypress, right? They got some companies that'll tear down for you, for the Cypress.
That's the guy's sons that been going in smoking marijuana in that.
Well, I mean, children,
That's the one
I
that
was a
short.
child before. I was a child before. I didn't smoke marijuana when I was a child, but when I saw an abandoned house, I went and played in it. And that's why we want them down. Thank you for your point. That's why we want them down, so children, Doc, we want them down so children can't go in there and get hurt
Yeah.
and die in your house, or
How's they
the
gonna
roof.
get hurt?
Well, I'm just saying it's open.
Solid house.
It's open.
And you're talking about the grass, who was talking about
I
the
wasn't talking
grass?
about the
Go
grass.
look at the grass now.
Doc,
It's
that's
been
an
cut- I've been
eyesore.
keeping a
That man
grass now.
right next door to that house, you about 5 or 6 feet from that house.
Yeah.
That's an eyesore to that man's house and his family. That man got a nice home. The house been looking like that for probably 10 years.
Because of his son.
No, Doc, 10
How can it
years,
be
Doc.
10 years, I just bought it.
Doc, I'm with them. Everybody, well, you bought some junk. 10 years. So
Not
before
really.
you
Well,
bought it,
not
it was
when I
junk.
bought
Let me ask you this. How many properties you got, Doc? If you
I
don't
don't know.
That's what I'm saying. That's the problem, Doc. You don't even know how many problems you have.
My friend.
You don't even know how many problems you have. You don't. And that's bad.
See,
Every
the
man should know how many problems he have so that he can make
It's not
himself
me the
better.
problem. It's
No,
those
Doc.
criminals going
Doc,
there and
you didn't
destroying
call
the
people
property.
criminals. You didn't call 28,000 people criminals. Because that's who mad.
You know,
28,000 people.
I do not know how y'all think.
Well,
I'm serious.
I don't think at all. I read and then I go back and forth with whoever's in front. Thinking always got me in trouble. I don't think. This is what I see right now, and I think that's an eyesore, and I think, I didn't know it was your house, so my mind was already made up. I think that house needs to come down. Bottom line.
Unbelievable.
Doc, you know what's unbelievable? You got all the more raggedy buildings in the West End. All of them. That's sad.
How did they get in?
They got that way because you bought them. Because if somebody who cared about them would have bought them, they'd have been fixed.
Not really.
Oh, come on, Doc. Cut that out. I know all kind of people, man. I know more people than you know in the West End. I promise you that. And I like it, but we're not going to play these games.
I don't like you either.
Well, Doc, you think I care? But I know one thing, this house got to come down.
It's not going.
I make a motion to demolish.
See, you're a lawyer.
I make a motion to demolish.
That day with dishonesty. He
I make
didn't
a
know-
motion
he
to
didn't tell the
demolish.
judge. He didn't tell the judge that I was not served. He told the judge I was served and I was not. It's under investigation now.
Hey, he made a motion.
You know.
I make a motion to demolish that one.
Now,
Motion
we
on the
vote
floor
machine.
by Councilman Marlon Lewis to demolish.
Second.
Second, who seconded it?
I did.
Okay,
Thank you.
by the Mayor Pro Tem Ricky Gonsalas. Is there any further discussion on this item? No further discussion? Then I ask you, please vote your machines. Thank you. All right, 7E.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. Appreciate it.
You welcome.
Oh, yeah.
Doc, you welcome.
Thank you.
You welcome.
Public hearing and action resolution number 22-93 on the state of buildings located at 906 Dotrell Alley, District 5, per resolution 22-60, as noticed and advertised on April 20th, 2022.
Anybody here to represent this property? Okay, Jimmy?
Okay, this property, I'm gonna make a recommendation that we revisit it on June the 21st. They have started tearing down, and they got a permit to remove the 2 structures on the property. And hopefully by the time the 21st meeting comes around, they'll be done. Because they moved on that first one real good.
Good, good. That's really what we want people to do.
That's the Adidas district, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the one with the 1890 something.
I
deed
believe
or
so.
whatever?
No.
That's not it.
No. That, is this the one that had the 2 pieces of property on it?
Two
They had two houses on this one piece? Right?
No. These are two structures.
Two structures.
But it's at the end of the dead end of Doe
Oh,
Trail
okay,
Alley
that's
off the
true.
wall.
All right.
You can't hardly see it,
Yeah, at least they doing something. I mean,
but they did.
Yeah.
Well, you can see the first one's on the ground and,
yeah.
they almost done.
Okay. All right. Any other discussion?
So you need a motion to
Revisit
revisit it
June
June
the
21st.
21st.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by the Mayor Pro Tem Ricky Gonsalas to revisit, and a second by Councilwoman Brooke Markcott. Thank y'all. Any other discussion? Please vote your machines. And this is what we want, citizens to take responsibility, clean it up, because it affects their neighbors, it affects the whole community, and I'd love them to fix them all, because I don't want to represent empty lots, and neither do y'all. But on the flip side, if it's in a neighborhood, it's by a house, it's by where somebody lives, you got to respect that we got to be a community. So thank you, this one is a success. Madam Clerk?
Public hearing and action resolution number 22-94 on the state of buildings located at 809 Edna Street, District 5, per resolution 22-61 as noticed and advertised on April 20th, 2022.
Thank you. Anybody here to represent this property? Hearing and seeing none? Jimmy?
This is an adjudicated property. Jeff, I didn't have service.
No, that's a
That's
Joe Berg.
Joe Berg.
That's a guy in Chicago.
Okay.
That's the one that didn't get done before, so we put it back
Right,
on the list.
right. Correct.
Tree growing through the house.
I think Dee Dee wants to, say that no tax, the taxes aren't be paying on it.
What's that?
Coming back to town.
They stopped paying the taxes on it.
That's adjudicated.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That
saying. So,
Okay, good. Any discussion on this one?
I'll make a motion that we demo it.
Okay, I have a motion on the floor by
Second.
Mayor Pro Tem Rick Gonsalas, and a second by Councilwoman Deidre Ledbetter to demo this house.
Just a per request by Councilman
Yes.
Dee Dee.
Yes. So is there any other discussion? Then I would ask you to please vote your machines. Thank you. Madam Clerk?
Public hearing and action resolution number 22-95 on the state of buildings located at 416 Field Street, District 5. For resolution 22-62 is noticed and advertised on April 20th, 2022.
Okay. Anyone here to yes, sir. How are you? Good evening. If you could give us your name and. Yes, sir. Good, good. Put the pictures in. Hang on, let her put the pictures in.
That's the trailer in the back.
Okay.
The tree fell through it.
Okay.
Tree fell on it. I think it came, when the tree came down, and the power line came down, and I wasn't sure, I hadn't been there in a while. I got in a wreck last April. Last time I went over there, they had some power lines mixed up in that tree. Like I said, I hadn't been there, got the letter in the mail. I do have Veterans Tree Service going, remove the tree, and I have some guys that are gonna just tear the trailer down. Okay. Okay. And when they tear it down to the frame, and have another crew that's gonna take the metal for the scrap. All right. And that should, might as well ask, that should happen pretty quickly? Probably a month for everything.
I really can't ask for better than that. I mean, I thank you for coming and you taking responsibility, and that's what we want. We're not trying to be,
Let's do a revisit.
We'll revisit it to get it off the list, hopefully,
21st.
June 21st. But, so you gotta get a demo permit?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go get your demo permit, which everyone has to do.
Fourth floor, City Hall.
Yeah,
Fourth floor.
same.
Permit
one floor
office.
up.
And be here on the 21st.
Yeah.
Be here June 21st.
June 20th.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it very
Thank
much.
you for your efforts.
Yeah, thanks for what you do.
all this easy.
Yeah, yeah.
We
Okay.
didn't make a motion.
So, no, now we're going to. So I need a motion.
Motion to move it to June 21st. I'll make that motion.
Second?
Second by Dustin.
Okay.
Who is?
Dustin
Okay, you
second.
Oh.
made the motion. Brooke seconded? Okay,
that's
so
fine.
Mayor Pro Tem
I'm
Ricky
here.
Gonsalas, and a second, because Dustin was too slow, Councilwoman Brooke Markcott.
You don't want to get on the This.
No other discussion? Please vote your machines.
I'm also too slow to push that button, huh?
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank all of y'all. Madam Clerk?
Public hearing and action resolution 2296 on the state of buildings located at 801 Francis Street, District 5, for resolution 22-63 is noticed and advertised on April 20th, 2022.
Anyone here to represent this property? No? Jimmy?
Yeah, it's falling down. We've been cutting the grass on it. The two letters that we sent out came back, the certified letter and the regular mail letter.
Okay.
Is that a Joe notice, or is it?
Let me get to the 809. No, that was strictly us. Nope, wait. Nope, none by 801 Francis.
So,
Yeah, he did. Nope, to Elizabeth Daniel Gidry, possibly deceased through appointed attorney.
all right,
That's another one that he had.
I'll verify notice with him.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
I want to make a motion to demolish the house.
Second.
All right, we have a motion by Councilwoman Deidre Ledbetter and a second by Councilman Marlon Lewis to demo. And the note from Councilwoman DeeDee Johnson-Reed was demo also. So is there any other discussion? Then I'd ask you to please vote your machines. Thank y'all. Madam Clerk, 7-0.
Aye. Public hearing and action resolution number 2297 on the state of buildings located at 1355 Julia, District 3, for resolution 22-64 is noticed and advertised on April 20th, 2022.
Anyone here representing this property? No? Jimmy?
All right, this property, let me see where I'm at, Julian. From the time we set for public hearing to the time of the meeting, it was sold. The new owner lives next door. He's bought a permit, he's repairing it, he's changed the windows, he has, worked on the doors and stuff. He's in the process of fixing all the overhangs in the porch and burnt to get it painted. By the next meeting, by the 21st, he should have all that done. We talked to him today.
Good.
He was at work, he couldn't come to the meeting.
Okay.
Motion to put it till the 21st and make sure he's following up like he's doing.
Okay.
I second.
I have a motion on the floor by Councilman David Broussard and a second by Councilwoman Deidre Ledbetter. Move it to the 21st and monitor.
And a permit was issued, right, Jimmy?
Yes.
Okay.
You have a
I have
question?
one comment.
Yes, sir.
I feel that if he's gonna put the money, especially with windows and doors, he's gonna keep going, because that's money right
Oh,
there
yeah.
he already invested.
I agree.
So,
I agree.
Yeah, he's in there right now, actually. I was texting with a neighbor just to make sure, because I'm like, I don't see him here. So I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know he already spoke to you guys, but she
Yeah.
said he's in the house right now working on
He
it.
called us today. He's not,
Man, you
he's
can't
not
answer
living-
better than that. You can miss a meeting anytime you want if you're working on something.
He's not,
So
he's
hopefully
not
by the
living in the
21st
house
we
yet.
can,
No.
He's just, he lives next door,
And he's working on it.
and
Hey,
he
That's
purchased it to fix it up.
good.
so is there a chance by the 21st this one can actually come off the list?
I'm hoping if he's got all the exterior fixed and everything, he's
All right, cool.
trying to get some siding to put on
Be
it.
another victory.
Yep.
Success.
Yep, yep.
All right,
Good.
thank you.
Then if there's nothing further, please vote your machines. Thank you.
That's the kind of people we want to deal with.
Yes, sir. 7J.
Public hearing and action resolution number 22-98 on the state of buildings located at 808 Lombard, District 2, for resolution 22-65 as noticed and advertised on April 20th, 2022.
Anyone here to represent this property?
That's a
Okay,
Joe
Jimmy?
property. That was done by the appointed attorney.
Which owner is that?
Robley Landry, care of Swanita Landry James. They in California.
That's a deceased owner. Anybody know anything about these owners or this property?
Oh, yeah, it's in my district.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Joe was my grandfather's first cousin, but, he been gone. The family used to take care of it, and then they just stopped taking care of it. They probably stopped taking care of it probably about 5 years.
That's the one you said they pass around every day?
Pretty
Yeah, I
much.
remember we had that
I mean,
conversation.
I remember you
Yeah.
making that comment that.
Yeah, last meeting.
Yeah, last meeting.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Probably right there.
Nice crop on the roof.
What's your wishes, Councilman?
Oh, demolish.
Okay.
Second, if that's what you
That's what I want. Motion to demolish.
I'll second
I have
that.
a,
Listen, I have saw and nobody's here, you know, and
I have a motion by Councilman Marlon Lewis and a second by Mayor Pro Tem Ricky Gonsalas to demolish this house. Is there any further discussion? Then please vote your machines. Thank y'all. Seven K.
Public hearing and action, resolution number 22-99 on the state of buildings located at 630 Mississippi Street, District 2, per resolution 22-66, is noticed and advertised on April 20th, 2022.
Anyone here to represent this property? All right, Jimmy?
Okay, that front corner sliding, the windows,
No, Mississippi.
the plumbing, the doors all rotten around the outside, the windows are broken. There's another plumbing issue right there. And by the door, the siding is bulging out, so it must be rotten or whatever, I don't know.
Only you can see inside, huh, Jim?
Huh?
Only if you could see inside.
Oh, I'm not gonna say.
So what do we know about the owner?
We sent both certified letters. There were two owners, a Shirley Dials and a Tony Mason. Both certified letters came back unclaimed.
Okay, was Joe given notice on?
No, Joe didn't have any on this.
All right.
Although that's yours.
when I hear Jeff say, did Joe get notice, I didn't know if we can.
No, I think,
He didn't
We
have
sure?
any to notify.
Okay.
You have
He
anybody
didn't have
to
anything to notify.
Okay.
But that's good. We gotta follow, we all need to check each other and make sure we're following all these procedures and we're all comfortable, you know? Because some people are gonna take us to court, so. Good.
I'll make a motion to demolish.
All right.
I'll second.
I have a motion on the floor by Councilman Marlon Lewis and a second by Councilman Dustin Swear to demolish. Is there any further discussion?
Just a point of reference,
sir.
I mean,
Sure.
because, again, we've said this 1,000 times, literally probably 1,000 times.
Oh, yeah.
If the owner's not here, the house is in disrepair, and ISO is dangerous, obviously they don't care, ain't but one.
Yeah, there's
other
only one
option.
solution.
You can't care for
We
them.
can't care for them.
Yep, no, I agree.
I agree.
Then, nothing further. Please vote your machines. Thank y'all. All right, now we go to Councilman's remarks. Councilwoman Brooke Markcott.
I just want to wish all the mothers a happy Mother's Day ahead of Sunday coming up, especially my mom. She's my favorite. And that's all I have for this week.
Thank you.
Well, Brooke, I'm gonna follow suit and wish all the mothers happy Mother's Day. I also want to announce our youth summit on the 14th at the Weston Park, May the 14th, from 8 to 1 o'clock. SOS Saving Our Streets Teen Summit. We still have some registration opportunities, so you can go to the Weston Park and register your kid. Also, I want to thank those veterans that got honored this weekend. I knew Phil and my Uncle John Nolan, Terry Landry, Mr. Fred Wesley, Colonel Terry Landry, Colonel Fred Wesley, Miss Robbie Carrier, Warren White, and I know I'm gonna miss somebody. I brought the little flyer. I didn't get a chance to make it, but they all got a Louisiana Outstanding Veterans Award. They had a banquet at the Slyman this weekend, so I just want to, thank them for their service. I think that's it for right now.
Good. Councilman Broussard.
Everybody have a nice Mother's Day. And Mayor and the council, finally, the parish passed that resolution for the boxes. Everything's set up.
Yes, sir.
They did their job after a year. And look like maybe the next thing will be the arms and lights at Alberia Weeks, Julia French for the railroad.
Yes, sir.
So I want to thank y'all all for helping me support and help us. We all work together. And
I speak at the end, but I got a railroad thing for you. I got a call today from DOTD. They're gonna be reworking. They'll send some public notices out. They'll be reworking the track at Lewis Street, in a couple of weeks. And they'll reroute traffic, and it'll take a few days, but it's, when you go over that one, it's pretty rough. So I was glad to hear that they were doing that, but the first person I thought of was Mr. Broussard. Railroad. Anyway,
Yeah.
what you got?
My turn. Well, just wanted to thank the mayor for the opportunity going to Baton Rouge last week with him and addressing our state representative. I thought it was a very successful trip. Got some things done. Also, happy Mother's Day to the moms in this parish. And yes, I will be running this weekend in the Mental Health Awareness Bayou Run. So we'll be there participating and doing the things we do. But just looking back at the meeting tonight, we're on our way to getting new roads. We're tearing down houses that are eyesores in our community.
Yep.
You know, what better way can we keep moving this party forward? And I commend all you on your efforts.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Gardu Court and number 129 and Gardu Temple number 161 having our annual National Community Health Initiative. And it's a national initiative where all the daughters and the Shriners work together to give donations to various health initiatives, associations, and such. It used to be strictly for diabetes, but now it's expanded to cancer, Alzheimer's, and other mainly illnesses that affect the African American community. So we're having a walk on May the 21st. Starts at 8 o'clock. Registration is at 7. It's $10 a person or $40 for a team of 5. It's going to be held in Abbeville at the Lafitte Drive-In Park. And it used to be an old drive-in theater, so now it's Lafitte Drive-In Park. We also asking for sponsorships for the initiative. We have the bronze, gold, and bronze, silver, and gold sponsorships. And if anybody is interested in getting involved, please give me a call. My number is 337-380-6364. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Dustin.
Yeah, I want to wish all the moms out there happy Mother's Day, of course, coming up this weekend. And I also believe this week is also Teacher Appreciation Week. So whenever we see an educator out there, tell them thank you for what they're doing. And thank you, Ms. Ledbetter, for your years of service. So I just wanted to let that be known. So thank you.
Great. Our next meeting is May 17th. I don't really have anything else tonight. I'm going to cut it short, so motion to adjourn.
Move.
Thank y'all.